Hello! It is our third time this fall getting together. I'm so excited. It is turtle apple slice night. Delicious. And if you saw my post earlier, it's what I ate for breakfast this morning. It's what my husband ate for breakfast. It was delicious. Hi Jeanette, thanks for joining. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in because otherwise this video will take a year and a half. And for those of you who aren't joining live and want to catch it later, you don't just want to hear me talk for an hour. So I'm gonna let you know what ingredients you're gonna need. So I have 5 apples here. I actually prefer Honey Crisp, but I do have Gala. That's what they had at Walmart this time. They were out of my Honey Crisp. Oh well. But so I've got some Honey Crisp apples here. I have some, I left a package so you guys can see it, some almond bark. You want the chocolate flavored, not the white. And I've already, well, it's kind of stuck in my pan. I've already melted it up on the double boiler on my stove in the back there so that that is nice and melty for us, so it's not, again, taking a half an hour to get ready in the back. I also have some caramel that I melted up. All you have to do, you buy these nice little Kraft caramels, you unwrap them, and then you add just a little bit of cream to it as you're melting it until it gets the consistency that you want. It took me about a half an hour for both of those to melt up, believe it or not. You don't want to start it as a super high heat, so you know that's on medium and you're just paying close attention to it. I did pull it about 5 minutes ago because I do want my caramel to cool just a little bit. You don't want it super hot or it won't stick to anything. It'll just like melt right off, okay? And then the last thing is chopped pecans. So I already took the liberty of grinding them up in my little Ninja chopper and I put them in a Ziploc bag for us. So they're just chopped pecans, all ready to top them off. Again, if you saw my post earlier, the picture says it all. It's, you know, chocolate covered apple slice with some caramel drizzle on top and some pecans on top of that. I will show you later. I did make one with like a chocolate sprinkle on top instead of the nuts. So if you have somebody in your family that can't do the nuts or you don't like the nuts, you can use the chocolate sprinkles or you can mix it up with almonds or walnuts or whatever you want. But that's where we're going tonight. Last thing we need are these little craft sticks. I got these at Walmart. Where did I buy these? In the craft section, duh. And so I liked this thickness. It was nice and sturdy to hold. I'm thinking like a party, you know, somebody walking around and holding them. So let's get started. I'm gonna take my little apples and let's see how I can do this so you guys can see. I'm gonna lower you. You're gonna have to look at me for a little bit of a different angle, but that way you guys can see me up, hopefully. Yeah, that's a little better. And I'm gonna just take like the end off of it. Michael is always so worried that I'm gonna cut my finger off. I'm like, don't worry, I'm not gonna cut my fingers. I haven't yet. So I've just got like this little end piece. I'm actually gonna save this off to the side because after I was done making them yesterday, I cut them like in just little slices like this, and Michael and I used the leftovers and just dipped it and ate it. Delicious. All right, so from here, I've got my nice little flat end. I'm probably gonna get about 3 or 4 slices. And you don't want these to be too thin because again, you're gonna put a stick up the middle of them and you want it to have a nice thick consistency. I mean, remember, you're used to eating the whole apple when you have a caramel apple. So a nice thick slice, okay? So I'm gonna go back here, if you can see, and give myself about this much, okay? Beautiful. Cut a couple more of those guys. Yeah, this is only gonna give me about 3, and that's okay with me. This is the part where I think I'm gonna cut my fingers off, and then I don't. Just gonna take this little end cap, cut that little end cap off again, set it over to the side so I could dip it later, and I got 3 slices out of this guy, okay? I'll do one more for sport. I'm not gonna do them all with you guys, but I will finish making them after we go off of screen, Okay, so again, I'm gonna turn this over. Just gonna take the little end piece off, put it over to the side, grab a nice thick slice. Another nice thick slice. And then take the end off there. Okay, so you should have a pretty good idea of how this works. Hi Shannon, thanks for joining. Sorry for the weird angle, I'll pick you guys up in just a minute. All right, so I have most of these, like this one's fine, right? This one's semi-fine, but I actually want to scoop that little stuff out. I don't necessarily like it, and I don't want to give it to my guests. So I just kind of scooped it out a little bit. This one looks pretty good actually. This one actually has a seed, so I'm just gonna kind of scoop that out. Make sure you're not getting any of that nasty stuff in there. If you've got a little bud at the end, maybe just make a little V. Cut that guy out. Doesn't have to look great because we're gonna cover it in chocolate and caramel, and it's going to be great. You don't even have to worry about what it looks like at that point. Take a little V to cut out the butt. And then my last one. I went a little bit deep on that guy. All right. Maybe I will leave you guys down here. No, we'll move you back up. All right, let's go back up here. No more slicing for now, okay? All right, so I've got this. I'm gonna keep my scraps over to the side. I have these beautiful little apple slices, and I wanna take my shorter knife. I think I will put the stick down here. No, I'm gonna put it in the top here. So I'm gonna take my little knife, and I'm gonna just cut a little insert into it, okay? I'm gonna do that with the rest of them. Let's see if I could get this on camera. Just a little slit so that we can get our stick inside of there. These turned out so cute, but I'm not gonna lie, I did try one with just caramel on it, and it just melted straight off. And it is the reason why I thought it would do it is why it did. Because these are super wet, so maybe if you dried them off first, I don't know if that would work. Does this scare you that I'm just jabbing into my hand like that? I'm all right. I grew up peeling potatoes like this. So I have all of these guys slabbed, right? And now I'm gonna shove my little sticks inside of there. I'm gonna just grab it and shove it right inside. Yay, I have my little apple pop. Great. And go back through, shoving them in. I gotta remember which end I cut it. So, have you guys watched all of the Halloween episodes that you wanna watch? This one went through to this side. I think we're gonna be fine because when I cover it in chocolate, it's just gonna melt it. It's gonna be great, right? Agreed? Yay? Nay? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? Oh well, these are for my family. I have literally watched every Halloween thing that I possibly could at this point. Oh, yep, there it goes, nice and smooth. Yay! Hi Amber, thank you for joining. I hope the girls are watching too. And today I watched Hocus Pocus for like the 3 millionth time. I love it so much. Okay, so I have my apples all good now. Goody. Hi Misty, thank you so much for joining. I'm actually gonna drop you guys back down to that weird angle just so you can see what's going on because otherwise I've gotta lift it back up and down. So I will show you guys what's going on. Hey, I'm here. We'll move this out of the way. All right, I also have prepped a parchment paper on top of a baking sheet. It makes it easier if you put it on the baking sheet so you can move it back and forth, okay? So I've got my parchment paper on my baking sheet because this chocolate will just come right off of it once it's cooled down. I'm gonna take my little, this one's not so pretty, so I'm not gonna start with this guy. Oh, my dog wants in. Let's start with this beauty. Okay, got my little chocolate. Can you see it good? All right. What I do is I'm just gonna pour a good amount right on top and let it kind of fall off. And you can even tap it on the side. And I promise it might feel like a lot of chocolate is going on here, but a lot of it comes off. Pour it on top, So you're covering the whole thing, and then just tap it back off. Okay? I'm telling you, the ratio is perfect. I promise. It is not too much chocolate at all. I was really worried about it being really chocolatey. So you've got a nice chocolate covered apple, and I'm just gonna lay it on my parchment paper. Okay? So it has some time to chillax. After we get these couple ones done, I'm actually gonna put them in the refrigerator for a second and let them chill, okay? Have you guys gotten your pumpkins yet? Michael and I went yesterday. We got our family's pumpkins. He always has some grand idea. I'll figure it out at the last minute. I'll win the pumpkin carving contest. It'll be great. So I'm just tapping this off. So every year we have a big pumpkin carving party at our house. We've picked up the tradition since I think our kids were little, and our family comes to expect it, and we love doing it so much. And you know, even though our kids are older teenagers now, we still, you know, look forward to getting our pumpkins and sitting down as a family. And then when they move out of the house, you know, they can bring the kids over and we'll still have this party. This was the one where the stick was sticking out the bottom. So I'm just gonna kind of leave a little bit more chocolate on the bottom of there. All right, what about costumes for you guys? Some of you have little kids out there. Again, my kids are teenagers, so they don't care so much about Halloween, or dressing up, I should say. But, so we thought that we should just start dressing up our dog. What do you think about that? I think it's a great idea. But what are your kids going to be for Halloween? Comment, let me know. Okay. Oh, I'm not super happy with these last two. It'll be all right. Okay. And again, I have about 3 more apples to do. This was only 2 apples. So you get about 6 apple slices out of 2 apples. But if you think about it, if you were doing traditional caramel apples, you're getting 1 apple, right, per apple. This one is not making me super happy. So I'm gonna try to reinsert it and see if I can't get it to a place that makes my heart sing better, right? This little guy wants to pop out at the back, but I'm gonna cover it in chocolate and it'll be fine. All right, this is the last one I'm gonna do with you guys. We're gonna get it in the fridge before we get this caramel on. All right. Dun 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 dun. Drippy chocolate mess. Show you guys what we've been working on this whole time. Let's see. Don't worry about the messies around it, because that will all come off. Okay? Beautiful. So beautiful. Hold still, hold still. All right. I'm actually just gonna pop these in the freezer because I want it done super duper quick. I want it done so you guys can see it. It's not really closing in the freezer. I did not prepare room for the pops. So they're going in the fridge because that's where I did prepare room for them. Sorry about that. I'm back. Okay, so I'm done with my chocolate for now. And I'm gonna bring my caramel over here. Let's see. Cadence is a flamingo. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so cute, Amber. And Kendall wants to be a bloody zombie. That sounds like my Jordan. She always wanted to be something scary and cool, but that's fun, right? They look delicious. And thank you, Amber. I've always felt the apple was way too much, right? Way too much. But now, it's like this perfect little apple slice. All right, so those are just chilling. I'm literally gonna give it like 30 more seconds, okay? And when they come out, the reason I'm doing this is so that that chocolate gets hard on top, and I'm not trying to put this hot-ish caramel on top of hot chocolate, because then it just wants to melt together and it doesn't behave itself. It literally just wants to run off. So let me go grab them now. Ready? I'll grab my nuts out too, because you kind of want to be ready with your nuts. Again, these are just ground up pecans, because that caramel will set pretty quick. All right, my friends, we have these beautiful little apple slices, and I'm just gonna take my caramel snickerdoodle. I have to have you guys down here. I need to get something with an angle, right? Oh, hold the phone. Sorry if that interrupted. I need to get something like this for sure. Okay, so you guys can see my yummy little caramel, and I've got this guy nice and drizzly, right? So just take it starting at the corner of one of them and just run it across really nice and generously, nice thick strips of it. I mean, if you like caramel like I do, I don't want just a tiny little piece of caramel on top of this. Okay, so right away I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna put my nuts on top of this. And I like a lot of nuts. You know, again, you don't even have to put nuts on there if you don't want, right? You could just put a few. So I'm just like taking this guy and drizzling it back and forth, trying to keep it on top of the apple. See what I meant though? Like it is staying to itself. The caramel is not melting into the chocolate. Just a nice little sprinkle there. Who should I give these to? I'm gonna have these available. There's no way we're gonna eat all of these. I'm gonna have a ton. So who should I give these to? In the winter time, once it gets to the 25 days of holiday baking, I will, like tradition, like the last couple of years, you know, have like a little game or a contest or something so you can win a box, and I would love to send a box to you. Dun, 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 dun. Caramel goodness. Caramel, caramel. I'm not even being cute with this anymore. I'm just kind of smearing it on there. That one did. Did you see it? It wasn't quite melted. That chocolate wasn't melted. I mean, it wasn't hardened. It was melted. And one more. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just gonna like spread this one on there. Just like a nice little lump of caramel. Can you see this one? I'm just like gonna spread it out, because you don't even have to make it cute if you don't want. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not have to be a professional baker to make delicious things. Nothing fancy about my finger and spreading some caramel around, right? Grab your little nuts, or don't, and sprinkle it on. Like I said earlier, I also use chocolate sprinkles, so if you didn't want to go the nut route, you could do that. I'm actually just gonna eat that. Okay, I'm gonna pop this in the fridge. For those of you who need translation, I'm gonna pop these in the fridge, is what I said. And I'm gonna show you what I made. So when they come out, this is what they're gonna end up looking like. Yum, yum, yum. This is the one that I made with chocolate sprinkles. So it looks equally delicious. Hi Kelly, thank you for watching. It looks equally delicious but doesn't have the nuts on it. And I'm sure it is. So, you wanna see me cut into one? Because you know I don't even mind eating this, right? So let's see, I'll pull it back here so you guys can see it, because I don't want to look like a crazy just taking a big bite into it. But you see that ratio? It's like not too much. It is the perfect amount. Guys, I'm not even playing. These are delicious. If you like apples, if you like chocolate, if you like caramel, whether you like nuts or not, they're amazing. So share this video with your friends. Come and join me next Sunday. I'm gonna make a couple of different Halloween treats next Sunday, like things that you could take, you know, to your kids' Halloween parties, or if you're having a party at your house, like the cute little confections, Frankensteins, what have yous. I'm so excited that you guys joined me tonight. I love you all so much. Shannon, Amber, Jeanette, thank you guys for staying with me. Misty, I'm so glad you joined my team. I will see you guys next week. Have a blessed one. Bye.